Imagine this. Dark clouds swirling above, the wind begins to howl, and the air feels electric. You're standing at the edge of the ocean, knowing something massive is coming. It's a feeling that has haunted humanity for centuries: hurricanes. Before we dive into this story of nature's most ferocious storms, take a moment to subscribe and hit the like button. Because, trust me, by the end of this, you'll want to stay prepared and informed. But how do these storms, sometimes calm, sometimes monstrous, begin, and why do they grow into forces that can obliterate entire cities? Hold on, because this is a journey that will take us from ancient myths to cutting-edge science, where every storm has a story, and every story changes lives. It all starts in the tropics, over warm ocean waters, between 5 degrees and 15 degrees from the equator. When the water heats up to over 80 degrees Celsius, it turns the air above it into a breeding ground for destruction. This warm, moist air rises, drawing in cooler air to replace it. A simple cycle, right? But this is where it spirals, literally. Think about it. The same ocean you might swim in on vacation can unleash a force that will change lives forever. So how does a warm sea turn into a storm that can tear apart cities? Centuries ago, coastal civilizations didn't know the science behind it. They saw hurricanes as the wrath of gods, a punishment from the heavens. Imagine standing there, watching the skies darken and the seas rise, knowing there's nothing you can do. The terror must have been unimaginable. Fast forward to the 19th century, scientists like William Redfield started piecing the puzzle together. Hurricanes, they discovered, weren't chaotic acts of nature, but spiraling wind patterns that followed a predictable path. But even with this knowledge, nature's fury was far from tamed. Let's not forget the hurricanes that left scars in history. The Great Galveston Hurricane of 1900, the deadliest in U.S. history, or Hurricane Katrina in 2005, which devastated New Orleans. Thousands of lives lost, homes destroyed, communities shattered. Each of these storms reminds us that no matter how advanced we become, nature still has the power to bring us to our knees. So how do hurricanes grow into these unstoppable forces? It's all about energy. As warm air rises and condenses into clouds, it releases heat, which fuels the storm even further. It grows stronger, tighter, and soon enough, you have a beast. A hurricane with an eerily calm eye at its center, surrounded by catastrophic winds. But what happens next? What can turn a simple storm into a monster that can devastate millions? Stick with me, because things are about to escalate. Today, with satellites and radar, we can track these storms long before they make landfall. We can predict their strength, their path. But even with all our advancements, hurricanes remain unpredictable. They can change direction in a moment, intensify overnight, and catch entire communities off guard. Think about it. How would you feel knowing that a hurricane is headed straight for your home? What would you take with you? What would you leave behind? In recent years, we've seen some of the most intense hurricanes in history. Irma, Maria, Dorian. Each name evokes a story of destruction, survival, and resilience. But here's the thing. Scientists are warning that climate change is creating the perfect conditions for stronger, more frequent hurricanes. And just recently, on October 9th, 2024, Florida faced the wrath of Hurricane Milton. A Category 3 storm, it brought catastrophic flooding, left millions without power, and claimed dozens of lives. For those living in its path, it was more than just a news story. It was a nightmare. But amid the destruction, there's always hope. Communities come together, neighbors helping neighbors, rebuilding what was lost. It's a reminder of the human spirit, how we rise even after the storm has passed. From ancient myths to modern science, hurricanes have shaped our world in ways we're still trying to understand. And as we move into a future where storms like these may become more common, one thing remains clear. We must stay prepared, stay informed, and most importantly, stay resilient. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history and power of hurricanes. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. What would you do if a hurricane was headed your way? Let's start a conversation, because in the end, it's knowledge and preparedness that will keep us safe.